Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And for today, I definitely do want to take the time to thank each and every single one of you guys for getting up past 1,000 views. Holy shit, guys! You guys are definitely killing it. I definitely do appreciate that. And um, I've been waiting very patiently for this day, and now it's finally here. So if I sound a little, I wouldn't say distraught, but if I sound a little overwhelmed, you guys have no idea exactly how grateful I am to have my channel at this many views. I know for a fact I could not do this without you guys. I definitely do want to thank you for this again as well. Also, huge shout out to my newest subscriber. I sorry if I forgot your name, man. Um, anyway, I hope that you're seeing this, but if you're here in the chats, let me know what your name is down there in the chats, or you can post a comment down in the comment section below. But anyway, moving forward, guys. Today's live stream, I'm definitely going to be talking about camping and survival. So if you guys are new to the channel, haven't yet got a chance to get subscribed, and you'd like to see more exclusive content like this in the near future, be sure to get subscribed to the channel to turn on your bell notifications, and therefore you'll always be able to stay up to date and catch all news and updates and everything that I release here on the channel. With that being said, huge thank you guys again. Huge thank you to all my subs. Huge thank you to all my viewers out there. You guys have been awesome. I definitely do appreciate this once again. So I do have my chats open for anybody who would like to participate in the stream. The only thing that I ask is everybody to be professional, because all negativity or any type of negativity or drama or so forth will not be tolerated on this channel at any given time. With that being said, I definitely do want to thank you guys again for your understanding. And also, once you do turn on your bell notifications, you'll be notified each and every single time I get ready to live stream. Probably on your end, it'll probably say upcoming. That's because I'm getting ready to stream live on the channel, guys. So again, I don't know what the hell's going on in the camera. Awkward. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into it. So if you guys plan on taking a trip out and about, it could be anywhere that you decide to go camping. And let's say you have ran out of some materials. Okay. Well, today I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can go about making your own type of materials. So if you guys have canned goods or anything, whether it be a can like this with the tab on the top, don't worry, you guys are good. Or if you have a can that's solid like this, and let's say you forgot your can opener. Well, you can definitely open a can using a knife, but if you cut crosswards down the middle here, and you cut cross over here, if you take a fork, you can actually bend those pieces back, and you'd be able to set a can right up on top of that, or not a can, but a pan, frying pan or cooking pot, either one. Before you put anything on the top of that, you can always fill that up with rubbing alcohol. You can definitely use something that's going to burn for quite a while. Or if you're just looking to use something for a heating element, very simple. You can just grab you a roll of toilet paper, pull the cardboard tube out of the middle of it, shove that down inside of the can, pour rubbing alcohol on the top of it, and what that'll do is that rubbing alcohol will absorb into the toilet paper, and you can just light that. But just be careful doing this, guys. As a simple legal disclaimer, I bear no responsibility of any illegal actions outside of this live stream. So that's just a simple legal disclaimer. So you can actually use a can like that or so forth. But once you put the, you could also use, not only use it as a heating element, but you can also use it as a cooking element too. So not to mention, when you do put toilet paper down inside that and you put rubbing alcohol in that, that will burn for a very, very, very long time, guys. So just keep that in mind also. There's different ways to make different lighting elements and stuff for your tent. You can use a jar, string, and a bottle cap, a glass bottle cap. So the first thing you're definitely going to want to do is get you a lid like this. You're going to want to punch a hole right here in the very middle, and the same thing with the bottle cap as well. Punch a hole through the top of that one. You can use it. I don't recommend using a nail, but if you got a small enough nail, you could probably punch a hole through it. That I think would work just fantastic. And all your old cooking oil, you can fill it up to approximately about here. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your bottle cap and lay it completely upside down. To where, okay, let me show you what I'm talking about, guys. So hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for you. There we go. So you're going to want to have one cap like this, one right side up, and one facing down. So you're basically going to want to have them just like this. I'm just using this lid as an example. But your bottle cap, you definitely want to put right on top of the other lid like that. Make sure that you have 2 holes punched through both of them. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get some string. Cut you off at least 3 to 4 feet of string. Fold it over. Fold it again. Fold it again. Until it's about the exact length of the jar. You want to have a little bit of excess coming up out of the top. So what you're going to want to do is you're probably going to want to tie a knot at the bottom, pull it through like that. Probably put a knot at the top. However you guys want to do it. But with your cooking oil inside of here in the jar, that will actually burn, that will actually ignite. But the string will be used as a wick. So instead of actually bringing candles, you can use a jar, and the oil inside the jar will actually last a lot longer. I'd say about 4 to 6 times longer than an actual candle. And if you start getting low on oil, blow the wick out, unscrew the top, and you could just add more oil to it. So therefore, not only to mention that you also have something for heating, you'll also have an element for cooking. So say if it's like a real damp, say you're out camping, it's raining, and all the loose wood is completely just totally saturated. Get you a can, put rubbing alcohol in it, Put your pot on the top. And trust me, I'm sure this will actually be enough to support the weight of the pot, and you can actually cook your meals in the pot with rubbing alcohol. So, if you guys do have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything in reference to that, please feel free to share your thoughts in the chats, or feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And for those of you who are wondering what this live stream is about, I have a link down in the description below. This pretty much tells you about what I'm going to be talking more about specifically and much more. Anyway, by the way, I usually do drink coffee on my live stream, but as you guys can obviously see, I just drank that before my live stream, so. And not to mention the fact that I'm so overwhelmed with excitement here, guys. This is just absolutely awesome. You guys have been amazing. So anyway, hopefully this video does in fact help you guys out. If you learned quite a bit from this, feel free to hit that thumbs up, smash that heart button if you're not yet subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and get subscribed for more content. Be sure to turn on all of those bell notifications. So therefore, you'll always be able to stay up to date and be notified each and every single time a live stream. So again, as a legal disclaimer, any illegal activity done outside of this live stream, I bear no responsibility for this for anybody else's actions. So I'm basically showing you guys how to survive, especially when you're out camping. This is also for educational purposes only, YouTube. Little FYI. Little bit of an it's just a simple legal disclaimer on that behalf. So if anybody does anything illegal, I'm not responsible for what they do. I'm only responsible for what I do. So just thought that I would go ahead and clear that up. And by the way, guys, I did say something about verifying my account. I have not yet got a chance to do that. So once my account becomes verified, I will let you guys know exactly how that goes. Because I won't be able to do it on camera, obviously, because I don't have my computer. Because my other PC, my hard drive is still down. So I think it's going to be a little rough for me here for a little while, but I think I'll manage to pull through. I'm pretty sure. So again, guys, if you do have questions about anything, if there was something that you think that I may have left out, feel free to let me know in the chats, or feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Because everybody's voice on this channel has a purpose. Hey, how you doing, sis? Well, I've definitely got some good news for you besides saving a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Ah, joke's on me. Anyway, my jaw has literally officially hit the floor. And I definitely do want to thank each and every single one of you guys again for this. This is information about my YouTube channel, guys. I got 42 subs right now. Thank you guys again for subscribing to the channel. Hey, brother. 163 videos. We're almost at the 200 video mark, guys. I definitely do appreciate this. 1,048 views. Holy shit, guys. You guys are actually killing it. I definitely do appreciate this. So anyway, in case I'm just I'm gonna kind of gotta give you guys a little bit of a recap on something here. I'm talking about camping and survival techniques. That's the reason why I have these canned goods over here. In case you happen to miss it, you guys can actually use either can if it's got a tab or if it's just a solid can itself. Like I was saying, um, let's see, what the hell can I use? I'll just use the back of a toothbrush, for example. If you guys cut from here straight down and then just cut from here straight across, every one of these little quarter segments that you cut, you can actually take get you like a little butter knife, kind of go down there and pull it up from the very beginning. Just make sure that when you do cut from the middle, cut to the edge and cut here, and then cut here. And make sure when you pull that up, make sure that what you're pulling comes all the way back here to this rim, all around the can, all four segments. Thank you for all the love and heart support. Thank you for all the love and all the support and all the wonderful hearts here on the channel, guys. I can't even speak today because I am so overwhelmed with excitement that this is, wow, humorous because I can do that. Anyway, when you pull this stuff up, guys, you pull the lid up in the four segments, you want the prongs sticking facing straight up from the can, just like so. Look how you see my finger. That's how you want it to stick up like this. Don't worry, I do believe this will actually bear the weight of a cooking pot. Another thing that you can definitely do is fill your can up to about approximately here on the inside with rubbing alcohol. So if it is raining outside, not to worry. You guys can actually use 50% or 50% grain alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or you can, I don't recommend using 90 because that can actually burn a lot hotter. And it's a good possibility that the can may overheat. That could actually, it could possibly potentially cause it to warp, but if you put toilet paper down inside of it, I don't think you should have a problem with that because it should be regulated to a certain temperature, but it'll still maintain the hotness as it burns, so the heat will actually spread out. So you can actually use a pop can as well. As the as the burner things like you see on the gas stove, you can actually use the same thing from an aluminum pop can. Do I recommend it? I do not. I definitely do appreciate all the kind words. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pin your comment to the top. Oh, and before you ask, do I actually have my coffee? The answer to that question is unfortunately I do not, because I have just drank my coffee shortly before the stream. So anyway, and you guys are probably going to ask me if I'm out of cigarettes. I just borrow a pack, but I actually ran out of my own cigarettes. But other than that, I digress. So again, guys, some things you may have missed. If you do use toilet paper to pack down on a can, well, not exactly this size, but if you pack toilet paper down inside of a can, make sure that the can is a big enough can. Pull the cardboard tube out of it. Grab it like this. Put like a little V shape in it, and just insert that down inside of the can, just slide it down inside of there. And then just pour the rubbing alcohol right on the top of it. You want to try to get it right below the edge of the toilet paper. You don't want to get it like right above it. Because if you do that, you overfill it. So you definitely want to try to get that down below. But the rubbing alcohol that you pour on the top will still burn, but it will still pull more of the alcohol up through the toilet paper. So it kind of works just like a candle. Those are actually good for two things, guys, just to let you know. You could use that for a lighting source, and you can also use that for a heating source. But if and when you do happen to step out of your tent, make sure that you put that out, because if something were to catch fire, it would more than likely be your tent if it's not raining, or you could probably catch the woods on fire as well. And that's something I don't think that you guys would experience any of or have no part of that. So if you guys are out and about and you're camping, just be responsible for everything. Make sure that no garbage or anything is left around. Because that can cause a lot of issues, especially at the Natural Wildlife Reserve. So just kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up on that. So it's always best to be safe than sorry. So again, guys, this is definitely something that I did say I was going to make a camping video. Well, today, here it is. Camping and survival. So, oh, and by the way, for all my new subscribers, in case you guys have no idea what days that I do live stream, I upload videos 3 times a week: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 o'clock p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for the most part, for most of you who don't know what part of the country I'm in, I am out here on the East Coast. Oh, and now about pinning that comment to the top of the chats. So right now I actually have everything set up for top chats for the time being, guys. I can, however, switch that over. My next live stream, I'm going to switch my moderator status to. Let's see how I can do this here. Community moderation. So mods, okay. Moderation activity, timestamps. I should probably turn those 2 things there on. But I'm not going to worry about it on this stream, guys. So I think I'll probably take care of that on the next stream. So yeah, I can get my moderators to kick people off of the chats, or people want to come in, stuff like that. So I just got to set that up where I can actually do that. Just all I got to do is flip 2 switches, and mod should basically get all that set information. And also, guys, just do be careful, because if you guys are jumping into the chats, I do have moderators in here, so negativity will not be tolerated. So again, please be respectful to myself, my moderators, and all my other viewers, because I really hate to have to kick people out of the chats for derogatory remarks. I don't really want to do that, because I really enjoy having you guys here in the chats with me as well. So The only thing we're here to do is kick back, relax, have a good time, and most of all, have fun. So I don't know if that I don't know if I go to switch that over on this chat, if it'll carry over to the next one. I'm pretty sure it will until I decide to, until I just manage to change that back over. Oh, and one more thing to my moderators. If there are people in here that are making derogatory remarks to you and they're saying some very foul stuff, let me know exactly who this person is. I'll definitely check through there. And if you guys do wish to boot them out, I'll let that be up to your personal discretion. But just let me know exactly what's going on here instead of in the chats, because I have my phone screen at the bottom and my camera is not actually able to see my phone. Well, you're a managing moderator, so yeah, you and Robert are both managing moderators. So even though you're both mods, you can still boot people from the chats. Just let me know what the comment is, and I will go back and I will look that comment up. And if you guys can, and I'll let you know. But first time, I think what I'll do, the first thing I think what I'll probably do is I'll time that person out for about 15 minutes first time around. So I actually do have the option to time people out. And if a moderator gets into it with another moderator, I could time that mod out, but I really don't want to go that route. Oh, I definitely know that you do. I mean, I love being here too, because it's not all about me, it's about the viewers, and it's about educating them on certain things as well. Um, Also, guys, just note for the records, if you do happen to find wild strawberries out there, all out and about, if you're camping, you find some wild strawberries, those are very good for you. Because the thing about strawberries, guys, it actually contains malic acid, which is actually good for the human body as well. And even though wild strawberries produce their own sugar, it also provides the hell. Oh, looking for my ashtray, couldn't find it. Sitting right there behind my phone. So as I was saying, guys, not only wild strawberries have their own, they produce their own sugar, but they also produce malic acid, which actually works very well with the human body. And not to mention, if it's grown just right, if the conditions are favorable for them to grow, once you pick them, you can actually eat them. And I do believe that malic acid would also help encourage, not encourage, but also help with the digestive system as well. But I am definitely going to look in. I'm definitely going to look this up a little bit later. I'm going to research it and basically get back with you guys on that as well. So anything that contains, or any type of strawberry that contains, well, all strawberries contain malic acid, but malic acid is very good for you. And now let's say if you're down, let's say if you guys are down here in the southern region and you're out by the ocean and you definitely are looking for a way to survive. Well, first thing you're going to want to build is shelter. Second of all, you're going to want to look for a food source. Look for a food source, then you look for water. Then you find water. You definitely want to get a campfire set. Set you up a nice little spot to build a campfire. You might want to elevate the cooking pot up a little higher. But try to keep your flame as low. Try to keep your flame as low as possible, so you don't. Because once you build something and you run like a plastic tarp down it, the thing is, when you have a pot like this, water will evaporate and it will be twice as dense. It'll basically turn into a vapor. Once the vapor starts to rise, and once it gets to like a certain tarp at a certain slope, it'll basically start to trickle down. You can basically fill up a jar. Or you could fill up a glass bottle and have really good drinking water, because what that does, that separates the salt. Okay, when you boil salt water, what that's going to do is that's going to separate the salt content from the water, because water is actually more prone to turning into a vapor compared to salt. Salt's going to be heavier, so it's going to be at the bottom of the pot. But if you got like a handful of stones, get you a couple handfuls of stones, put them in. That is absolutely correct. And guys, my moderator has just made a point. There you go. Because what if you don't boil the water and you start to drink it beforehand, you never know exactly what you're putting into your body. A lot of this water that's not been through a boiling process, you'll find all types of microbials in the water. Or if the pH level is too low or too high, that can become very acidic. So if you want to combat the acidic part of the water, you definitely want to try to convert that over to being an alkaline. And how do you make a water into like an alkaline? That's very simple. You get a pulpy fruit that's very high in acetic acid, and you can put that into the water, and that will basically make it more like an alkaline water. For example, get you a lemon, cut that lemon in half, pour that water in there. Let it sit. And you'll be surprised with what you come across. Because the citric acid that's coming from the peel and also coming from the pulp inside the pulp that's being protected by the skin will actually make that water become alkaline, which will basically lower the pH level in it and make it from to where it's acidic to a complete alkaline. And what that's going to do is that's going to make that water safer to drink. So you definitely want to boil the lemons in with the water, and that's going to release a lot more of the properties from the lemon into the water. And then you definitely want to strain that out. So it's less likely that you would be sick from that, because the natural acids that the lemons produce would be enough to kill off any type of parasite along with the heat from the water boiling. So here's what you want to do. You want to start with something small as like a grain of sand. Put that at the bottom of whatever type of system you're using, like a 2-liter pop bottle or 2-liter bottle. Cut that completely in half. Put you a sock at the bottom. You can either put a sock at the bottom of it, or you can use like an ultra fine mesh. Punch you a hole through the cap itself. And what you want to do is you definitely want to put the mesh over the lid and put that on there and screw that on there nice. And not really, really, really tight, but you want to have that. Well, I mean, you can put it on tight and just cut away the excess mesh around the top of the lid. Just cut all the way around that, cut all that excess off. You can even use a jar to collect your water. But I definitely do suggest, if you guys do use jars, don't use the plastic one, use the glass. Because plastic gives off a higher level of estrogen because it's made from petroleum. Plastic is a petroleum-based compound. And also with aluminum, that also gives off estrogen too. In case most of you guys don't know this, and estrogen is not good for the human body. Very toxic. It's a neurotoxin. That can actually cause long-term health effects, such as a lot of things. Sterility could be one of them. Hormonal balance, that could be the second version of it. And there could be a lot more long-term adverse side effects because of high levels of estrogen. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, it could, not saying that it will, but it very well could intercept with brainwave activity. So just be careful of what you're using, guys. If you plan on collecting water from an actual source, I definitely do suggest glass, or use a glass jar, either side, well, any size for that note. You can actually collect water, and you can actually put water inside of the jar, put that in your freezer, let it freeze nice and solid, bring it out, and let that water just start to trickle down into like another jar itself. Make sure that your jars are clean, make sure they're sterilized. You don't actually have to hit that with soap and hot water. You can actually put a jar in boiling water, and that will kill any type of bacteria or anything that may possibly be associated with your jar. It will basically sterilize it. Because that's what they do, is they boil jars to sterilize them. Exactly. So basically what I'm saying, guys, is you can actually use the condensation from the jar. That's going to be about the cleanest, most purest water that you'll ever have to drink. Because then you don't have to worry about chromium. You don't have to worry about all the microbials, lead, and so forth that could be associated with the water. And most of all, you will not even have the taste of fluoride in your water. And you know how your teeth kind of get that little hard crust all around it? That's called plaque. And plaque buildup is basically mostly found in fluoride. That's what's causing your plaque to build up, is the fluoride that's in the water. That's the number one contribution to tooth decay. And let's talk toothpaste. Toothpaste, okay. If you get a thing, okay, now here's the thing. This may sound a little odd, but this is, like I said, this is also for educational purposes only. If you get a package of beef jerky, you cut that package open, you pour all your beef jerky onto a plate. You pick up that little tiny packet that's inside of there. It says do not eat. That is silica. That is something very toxic to the human body. Now, if you pick up a tube of toothpaste and you read the ingredients, you will find exactly right where it says silica. That's the same stuff. That's the exact same shit that they use for the beef jerky. Also, the same things that you buy when you buy a brand new set of shoes. You'll pull out a bigger pack like this, and it says silica. Facts. It says do not eat because they know it's toxic. And they've been doing stuff like this for many, many, many years. This is just not something that they just recently started doing. They've been doing this for years. And also, if you go back and you look at the old Georgia Guidestones, put everything in comparisons. because the Georgia Guidestones was written in 7 different languages. Because what they were wanting to do, and this was pretty much all being funded under these so-called globalist elites, practical joke. In case you guys don't know what the Georgia Guidestone says, they were trying to maintain humanity below 500 million. So why do you think that they're putting silica, something that knowingly cannot be ingested orally, into our toothpaste? So guys, even if I do put something on my YouTube stream to where it says camping, survival, stuff like that, I will kind of mix the topics up a little in between here and there. And the reason why I do that is to educate people, to make them aware of what the situation is that's going on around you. So therefore, we can actually get that type of information out and educate other people as well. And the very last comment that my moderator just made, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pin that to the top of the chats. There you go. So this was something that was not actually done by mistake. This was being done deliberately. So now it's up to you to be careful of what you put into your body. So if you definitely want to have some, you definitely do want to try something really good and very, very, very safe, and something that will actually help with your body's chemistry. Guys, gals, if you drink tea, if you're drinking like Lipton or something like that, you're not getting the full effects. If you guys want the full effects of certain types of teas, green tea. Green tea actually has an antioxidant called EGCG. That's an antioxidant that will actually slow down the aging process and help you live longer. That has been a studied clinical proven fact. Because look how us Americans eat, and look how most of these look how these Oriental people are eating, and look at what we're eating. Potato chips, just pretty much stuff that's not even beneficial. All this junk food that America eats. For example, did you know that over 56% of NFL football players are considered obese? Obesity is the number one thing that's going on in this country right now. Obesity can cause diabetes, high blood pressure. It can also cause heart attacks, strokes, and much more. So the only way to prevent that is to be careful of what you put in your body. Everything that's petroleum based even comes down to the very clothes we wear. It's all made from a petroleum based compound. Now, I'm going to basically give you guys an idea of things to watch out for. TSP. T is in Tango, S is in Sierra, P is in Papa. Trisodium phosphate. Trisodium phosphate is actually found in paint thinner. MSG, monosodium glutamate. There's another one. Now, when it comes to beverages, BVO. B is in Bravo, V is in Victor, O is in Oscar. Brominated vegetable oil. Facts that you probably did not know. There is no such thing as vegetable oil because you don't get oil from vegetables. Where do you get oils from? Seeds, seed extract. So what they'll do is they'll heat these seeds up to a very, very, very high temperature, and they'll run them through a press. Once that press comes down, and once the press comes down and hits the seeds and crushes every one of those, all that does in fact accumulate oils, and those oils are very toxic because they produce neurotoxins. And bromine is a very toxic, corrosive chemical. I'll say that again. Bromine is a very toxic, corrosive chemical. Okay. And now here's another one that you definitely also want to look out for as well. High fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, once ingested, will actually slow down the digestive system. And also, now back to the survival thing, guys. Uh, we'll talk about different ingredients, different things. But this is the last one that I'm going to say for today, guys, on ingredients. If you guys are okay, yellows 5 and 6. Yellow dyes 5 and 6 are toxic, and also with that can also create um, what's the word I'm looking for here? Yellows 5 and 6 can actually promote autism in young children. and behavioral issues. ADD, ADHD, acute hypertension deficit disorder. Sound familiar? So that is always something to take into consideration, guys. You always definitely want to be careful of everything that you're putting into your body, because some of the things that you may seem to think, oh, this is harmful, or this, no, not harmful. Oh, what do you know? Hostess. All right, this is harmless. Always look at your ingredients. Always know exactly what you're getting. If there's something that you're not too sure about, be sure to look it up, research it. I guarantee you'll definitely be amazed with a lot of information that you find on certain ingredients that you look up. There's some things probably that I still don't know much about, but hey, I'm willing to find out. I'm willing to look it up. I'm willing to research it. Because the more you know, the more you grow. And for most of you guys who have been here with me for a while, you already know where I'm going with this. If you know, the more, actually, no, the more you know, the more you grow. The better way of taking care of your body is through the decisions that you make. Fantastic. So guys, always be careful, guys, gals. Always be careful of what you're putting into your body, because what you think may be harmless can be doing more harm than you could possibly think. Okay, in case you guys don't know what bromine is, and I did in fact go over this just recently, bromine is a very toxic corrosive chemical that can actually cause major organ shutdowns. It can cause your kidneys to shut down. It can cause, it could very well likely be it could very well likely be a case that it could cause liver damage. But I don't know. I guess everybody's body's chemistry is a lot different. But it will definitely shut down your kidneys. Because two German scientists found a guy laying on the ground. They picked him up. They took him to their laboratory. They ran tests on him. They checked him, pulse. He had a pulse, but it was faint. But the guy couldn't get up and walk. Whether the guy was coherent or not, I don't know. I would probably say more than likely, probably not. But if it weren't for those two German scientists, the guy that was laying on the ground would have been dead. They had to hook him up to that. They actually had to hook him up to kidney dialysis to get all the bromine out of his blood. It was at a very dangerously high level. So those two German scientists literally saved the guy's life. Also, if you look on a can of Mountain Dew, can, bottle, whatever, it also does contain something called EDTA. I will put that in the chats for you guys in case you have no idea what that is. If you don't know what that is, I will explain this to you on camera. Hang on. EDTA is what they use to treat blood clots with. That's in the medical field. So if somebody's got a blood clot in their either their arm, their leg, whatever the case may be, they will use EDTA, and what EDTA will do is it will basically go in and break up the blood clot. So basically getting rid of it without surgery or doing a bypass. So anyway, moving on over to the next subject, guys. Just be careful of what you're putting into your body. At least if there's something that you're not too sure about, do the research. You'll find out a lot more about what that specific subject is that you're looking for. Write it down, then look it up. So there's a lot of medical doctors on YouTube that will basically tell you exactly what's good for you, what's bad for you. And by the way, cholesterol, let's go there. Some people say that your cholesterol intake should not exceed no more than 2,500, should not exceed 2,500 calories or more. But your cholesterol should be right at around right around 600. No, probably not even that. They're probably saying probably right around a certain amount, but there's people that's actually had cholesterol levels over 600. I'd say their cholesterol levels maybe like right around 1,200. That's a made up number, guys. What your doctors are basically telling you about your cholesterol levels is in fact false. Because your body actually has two different types of cholesterol. You got good cholesterol and you got bad cholesterol. But did you know that the human brain is made up of 92% cholesterol? Anyone? The human brain is actually made up of 92% cholesterol. But anyways, guys, go back and look at Don's comments, and it's got something to do with camping. Oh, speaking of which, if you do happen to go camping, guys, be sure to stop at a sporting goods shop. Why do you ask? Oh, that's interesting. You should probably get you a couple things of sucker shin guards. So if you step on a snake, they bite the they bite the padding. It does not puncture your leg. You're welcome. And by the time it's all said and done, before you do that, guys, make sure that you have a single layer or possibly a double layer. So just peel one off, keep the other one on, depending on the size. You should be all right. So anyway, you definitely do want to go to a sporting goods shop and pick up you some shin guards. Either the foam ones or the hard, I wouldn't say hard plastic ones. You guys could probably pick up either those or something more secure to where the snake will not be able to penetrate your skin. But anyway, guys, I definitely do enjoy making these videos for you guys. Um, Thursday night's live stream is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be telling you guys certain things about computer. I don't exactly have my computer up and going, but most of you already know the reason why. But I will try to do a recap of certain things on Steam and basically how to go about fixing your hard drive. If I can make a video of that, I will show you a video on my YouTube channel and I will explain it to you guys that way. So hopefully everybody can actually get a chance to be able to check that out. So if you are experiencing any type of issues with your PC, I will definitely try to help you guys out in any way, shape, or form. Because if you do hire a technician, that's good. They're going to charge you guys $30 an hour. So for 4 hours, that's 120 bucks. So the reason why I do this is to save you guys some time, trouble, and the headaches of having to do things like hire a technician, especially when I can walk you through the steps. You guys can also ask my moderator about her personal experience when I basically walked her through the steps of taking care of a technical issue that she had with her computer. That would be Dawn. Feel free to ask her about that, and I'm sure she'll be willing to explain it to you how well that actually went. So, as far as camping and stuff goes, as far as camping and health and stuff like that goes, I'm pretty much going to leave it right there at that time being. As a matter of fact, I just got a response back, so I'm going to pin that to the top of the chats. Let's see, replace pin message. Yes. And I did, in fact, go to school for this, guys, so I do know exactly what I'm talking about. I went because the class that I was in was IT. I was an IT support specialist. So I was basically working with software and stuff like that. And as you guys noticed, my other computer that has hard drive issues, when I first got that computer, I was running Windows 10. I successfully installed Windows 11 on that computer. I definitely do appreciate all the kind words there. Huge shout out to Dawn. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin that comment to the very top. She's even had trouble with her phones at one point in time. She was having, I forget what type of issue it was, but I basically walked her through it, and she said it was running like it was brand new. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to ask my moderators. Trust me, we all don't bite. Uh, if there's something that they don't have an answer to, you guys can always ask me. And if there's something I can help you with that I have an answer to, I'll be more than willing to help you guys out as much as I can. So therefore, that will save, like I said, that will save you guys the time, the trouble, and that will save you money in the long run as well. So with that being said, it's not all about me, guys. It's about you guys, the viewers. I definitely do appreciate everything that you've done. And if you guys have missed this live stream at the end and you're just catching it afterwards, I definitely do want to welcome you guys as well. So big welcoming committee for everybody who would like to participate, checking out my videos, so forth. I, however, have made other videos in regards to iOS, how to fix grayed out apps on iOS. So again, I'm going to kind of recap this for you guys. I'm going to show you just exactly how to do this if in fact you're using an iPhone. So I'm just going to pick one at random and I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to say photos, for example. So instead of going into my settings, I don't want to go here. I'm going to go right here to the Apple Store. I got to turn my internet up. I got to turn my internet on. I know, sounds like a personal problem, right? So anyway, now that I'm into the App Store, I'm going to go search and I'm going to say photos. All right. So now that we're here, so say for instance, and this is a perfect example, guys. So if your app is actually grayed out, so what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. You're going to look for this little cloud icon. Once you see that cloud icon, you go ahead and press that. Go right back to your home page. And once you're not just photos, but once you click that little cloud after you type in the name up there at the search bar of what app that's grayed out, let me explain this to you guys again. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just I guess I'm still just completely overwhelmed with devastation. So again, you go to your app store and then you'll type in the name of the app that's grayed out up here at the top of the search bar. Now, let me see. I'll find one. All right. Let's switch this up, guys. I'm going to say weather. So again, click onto the search bar and type in weather. Hit search. Here it is. Here's the weather app with it being open. But if this app was to ever be grayed out, where it says open would not be where it says open. It would look something more like this right here. Once you see that little cloud icon where it says, if you got weather here, you got your iCloud, or you get your little icon here, go ahead and press that. Go back to your home page. And once this app starts to download, because what it's doing is you're overriding the automatic download and you're doing it manually. It does give you the option to run that manually. So what it's doing is still pending the download, but when you do it manually, you're overriding the whole entire system and allowing that download to go through. Once it completes, your app will be fully restored, and your app will be also ready for use again. So again, if this live stream does in fact help you out, if you learned quite a bit from my channel, I definitely do appreciate that. Let me know in the comments down below. If there's something that you learned quite a bit from, be sure to hit that thumbs up, smash that heart button. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do get subscribed for more, and I will definitely keep you guys up to date with everything that I put out here on the channel. So therefore, everybody will be notified during the time of the live stream at the time of this recording. So by the time this live stream is over, it will probably be, I don't know how long it would take for this to upload to my channel, but when I get done doing my live streams, guys, my videos do automatically upload. So I just definitely want to let you know in advance. So anyway, that's pretty much it. And that's exactly how to go about fixing your iOS. You don't have to go into your settings. Again, just go into your Apple Store. Look for the magnifying glass down below. Press that. Type in the name of the app. Hit enter. Scroll. It will probably be the first, second, or third one down. Once you find the app, press that cloud button or download, and then just go back to your home page. Once it's done downloading, that's it. Probably no more than 2 minutes to fix that app. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything in reference to what I just mentioned, please feel free to drop a comment over here in the chats. Or if you would like to, or if you'd like to leave a comment down below in the comment section, you guys are also more than welcome to do so as well. Just let me know what your thoughts are. And again, if you guys do have questions about anything, please don't be hesitant. Feel free to ask anything. As long as it's within community guidelines, I have no problems answering those questions. But anyway, so guys, I do exactly know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a very long time. There was one of my neighbors when I was living in a undisclosed area, had a girlfriend, still has her to this day. Um, also, I was getting ready to reprogram her whole entire phone. All I needed was a password. And as soon as I entered the password into that device, I could have had her phone up and going. So I programmed so many phones. I even went up to Best Buy, bought my phone, and asked, and basically told them I would like to program it myself. This guy says, this guy kind of looks at me. He's like, "You can't be serious, right?" He's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, I'm dead serious." He's like, "Okay, I got to see this." I sat there and literally programmed a phone right there in front of him. Turned it around, made a phone call, and it just was able to call out. This guy, the only thing he just did after the shortly after I did that, he had the look of, "Did you really just?" And I looked back up at him. I says, "See it, don't you?" I sat there, looked right at him, had the biggest had the biggest smile on my face, and I says, "Yeah, program." He's like, "Try to make a call on it." I called my voicemail, put it on speaker, went right through. The look on his face was priceless. He's like, "Wow." He said, "I did not know you knew how to do that." I says, "This is not the first time I've done this. Probably won't be my last." So sure enough, guys, that's exactly what happened. So anyway, um, I still think about that every time I pick up an iPhone or something like that. I can't help but just to see that guy's the look, the expression on his face. It was priceless. I was trying not to laugh, but it was at that time I was trying not to laugh because it was pretty funny. He's like, "Oh wow," he says, "That's impressive." He says, "I think you're like one of the very first customers to just sit here and program a phone right here in front of me." And he says, "And the fact is, you don't work here. You should be working here. Matter of fact, here, here's our office number if you want to. They're better if you want to just come in, talk to our manager, we get you an application, stuff like that." But evidently, due to the insane amount, well, I wouldn't say insane amount of distance, but just due to the distance of where I was staying at that time, that was a little bit of an inconvenience. He's like, "Well, if you ever change your mind, here's my card. Call me and I will definitely let my boss know." So, guys, computers is something that I've been doing way before I even went to school for. I remember the old Windows 98, as a matter of fact. God, blast from the past. somebody had somebody had a computer that they were actually looking to get rid of. They weren't actually selling the computer; they were looking to get rid of it. So they said, if you can manage to get this thing unlocked, take it. We don't need it. So I sat there, probably not even 2 minutes later, opened it right up, got rid of the username, created myself a username, Just that quick. Probably about 2.5, 3 minutes. And it even had a password. It even had the whole entire computer was encrypted. I managed to bypass all that. So if you guys are in fact having issues with your computer, or if you guys are having issues with your phone or anything like that, feel free to let me know. And if there's something I can help you guys out with, hopefully the help that I do provide actually does resolve the issue. And if it's something that I'm not able to fix, I can definitely refer you to an agency or to a company that can help assist you further than I can. So here it is, about 9:27, guys. 3 more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. But again, you guys were definitely phenomenal. I definitely do want to thank you guys for the views and everything else. All my subscribers, huge shout out to you, all my viewers. Also, very big shout out to you guys as well. Mods, you guys doing just great. I definitely do appreciate this. But biggest shout out goes to my viewers. Thank you guys once again. I definitely do appreciate this. Wow. It's the only thing I can say right now is wow. But most of all, thank you guys once again. I definitely do appreciate this. All my viewers who's been helping support this channel as well. Big thank you to you guys as well. Uh, Once I get everything set up for my account being verified, I will definitely keep you guys up to date with that, let you know what's going on there. So hopefully I can start monetizing my videos. I can pick whichever video I want to monetize and go ahead and monetize it. All I need now is about 3,000. Wait a minute. I think it's like 3,000 views. I'll have to look it back up again, guys, because it's I just can't think. I cannot think straight at this point in time. But I will definitely try to get everything situated the best way I can. So again, I definitely do appreciate you guys very much. So all my viewers, all my subscribers, newest subscribers, and mods, you guys rock. Rock on. Let's keep it all going, guys. I definitely do appreciate this again. Until next time, I definitely do want to thank you guys for being a part of the channel. I do appreciate all the love and support and so forth. And for everybody else who's been with me for this long, I'm definitely looking forward to making newer content. So every 2 weeks, I'm going to try to switch up my content as much as I possibly can and hopefully go from there. But again, guys, I will be live streaming again Thursday, 8 o'clock, same time, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But as always, I definitely do appreciate everybody once again. Everyone, be safe, stay sharp, stay frosty, and most of all, stay vigilant. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.